Hello there guys, and welcome to the very first ever video podcast of the Infernal Symphony Pestilence Podcast with me, Demonic Bishop, your host. Hello. So, unfortunately guys, this is going to be basically a shortened down version of the regular podcast. But you can find the normal episodes of this at anchor.fm/Infernal Symphony, where you'll find all three current episodes of the Infernal Symphony Pestilence podcast, as well as more that come out in the future, because there's basically at least one episode every month, and we're planning to do 2 episodes a month soon as well. So basically I'm doing this basically to promote the actual podcast, but also to give you guys a little bit of a look at my day-to-day kind of thing that I do while I'm at work. So, this is going to be a shortened version. I'm going to try and cover a couple of things that I haven't had a chance to get into over the last couple of episodes. So it's sort of like an additional part of information about that. So make sure to check out the actual podcast itself though, guys, because it's really, really good. But for those of you that aren't aware, my name is Demonic Bishop. I'm basically a musician from the UK. I play bass, guitar, and also play and program synthesizers as well, because I create music as part of my underground heavy metal solo project, Infernal Symphony. So my music covers all kinds of things, covers the whole spectrum. At the moment we've recently been focusing on sort of dungeon synth tracks, because we have an unfortunate sort of hardware issue at the moment. So this phone I'm using to record this video with is pretty much my only current method of creating music. So I've done a number of different dungeon synth albums up to now. We had Cease to Exist, Faust, and Grotesca this year alone. We've also had 2 additional sort of albums which are part of a series called the Zealots of the Never series of music albums, and all of those can be found at infernalsymphonyuk.bandcamp.com, and that's where you'll get all of my music, including my full discography. And if you want to listen to those additional Zealots albums as well, you can actually listen to those if you're a part of the Heathens Club, which is basically my version of a Patreon style subscription service. So if you head to the Bandcamp page, if you search for Infernal Symphony on Bandcamp and you click on the tab there which says Heathens Club, that basically allows you to go into our subscription-based service. It's only £3 a month, but you're directly supporting me. 95% of those profits go straight to me, which will help me to improve and maintain my current recording setup. It'll also basically give you tons of different amazing features and access to all sorts of different stuff, including brand new exclusive albums and EPs. Plus there's a behind the scenes section where you can chat to me and other Infernal Symphony members, and it gives you a whole wealth of other things besides, including exclusive photos, videos, blog posts by me, and other types of content as well, including unreleased demo tracks and more. So check that out guys, it's only £3 a month. If you really want to support me, it's the best way of doing it. So give that a check guys. What we're going to do today, so this is basically going to be like I said, shortened version of the normal podcast, where normally we'll go through different stuff, different monthly features, such as the question of the week, where I'll talk about something and give you a bit of a hint towards it, and then it will lead on to a different topic at the end. We normally also cover a few different Bandcamp bands which I've either recently discovered that I find quite humorous, or otherwise it'll be a section or a way for me to cover some of my friends in the local Midlands metal one-man bands area of the country as well. So for those of you that also aren't aware, I run a Facebook page called Midlands Metal One-Man Bands, and as the name implies, it's basically a Facebook group dedicated to other kinds of bands such as myself, which are run by one person. They happen to exist in either the East or the West Midlands in the UK, and they're basically incredibly awesome heavy metal project or bands created by very, very dedicated members of the Midlands metal community. So check that all out guys, there's all sorts of awesome stuff there, including my own music, but there's all sorts of other stuff there that's cool as well. So what are we going to talk about today? Well, I really have no idea, to be honest with you, because we've already done 2 episodes of the newly launched Pestilence podcast, which you can find at Anchor. So far we've covered quite a number of different topics really. A lot of it so far has been dedicated towards me talking about my musical past and my history with other different kinds of bands that were around before I decided to create Infernal Symphony. Infernal Symphony has been a great project for me so far. It's been around since 2017 when I first published our first album, Unholy Persecution. But there were a few other things I recorded previously to that, and there's also been a hell of a lot of different awesome things that I've recorded since that as well. We've basically had an average of about 3 or 4 released full-length albums each year since 2017, and that is growing to this day, even now. I've actually got a new album which I'm planning to put out at the start of next year, as well as an EP and a few other different things and surprises coming up as well. My most recent album to date is Grotesca, which is a free full-length album that I put out for my birthday, which was on November the 1st. So if any of you guys want to listen to that or check that out, go to the Bandcamp page. There's some awesome stuff there, as well as that besides as well. But basically, my music covers the full spectrum, really. Some of the earlier stuff is basically metal that was recorded by me on my own using a very primitive setup. So that pretty much covers all of the different sort of musical metal spectrum, such as black metal. It has a heavy death and thrash influence to it there. It also has a little bit of a kind of grooviness to it as well.